is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
First reading. A reading from the book of Acts, chapter 22, verse 30, and chapter 23, verse 6 to 11. The commander wanted to find out for sure what the Jews were accusing Paul of. So the next day, he had Paul's chains taken off and ordered the chief priests and the whole council to meet. Then he took Paul and made him stand before them. When Paul saw that some of the group were Sadducees and the others were Pharisees, he called out in the council, "Fellow Israelites, I am a Pharisee, the son of Pharisees. I am on trial here because of the hope I have that the dead will rise to life." As soon as he said this, the Pharisees and the Sadducees started to quarrel, and the group was divided. For the Sadducees say that people will not rise from death and that there are no angels or spirits. But the Pharisees believe in all three. The shouting became louder, and some of the teachers of the law who belonged to the party of the Pharisees stood up and protested strongly. "We cannot find a thing wrong with this man. Perhaps a spirit or an angel really did speak to him." The argument became so violent that the commander was afraid that Paul would be torn to pieces. So he ordered his soldiers to go down into the group, get Paul away from them, and take him into the fort. That night, the Lord stood by Paul and said, "Don't be afraid. You have given your witness for me here in Jerusalem, and you must also do the same in Rome." The word of the Lord.
The Lord be with you. I look to the mountains. Where will my help come from? My help will come from the Lord who made heaven and earth. Welcome, my dear brothers and sisters, once again to our gospel reflection today. We are on Thursday in the 7th week of the season of Easter. Jesus in our gospel talks about this perfect union, perfect oneness. When two people are together in love, there is perfect happiness. Happiness, as you all know, is an inside job. To understand more, reflect more, stay tuned with us as we move on with our gospel reading today. The proclamation of the Holy Gospel according to St. John. I pray not only for them, but also for those who believe in me because of their message. I pray that they may all be one. Father, may they be in us just as you are in me and I am in you. May they be one so that the world will believe that you sent me. I gave them the same glory you gave me, so that they may be one just as you and I are one. I in them and you in me, so that they may be completely one, in order that the world may know that you sent me and that you love them as you love me. Father, you have given them to me, and I want them to be with me where I am, so that they may see my glory, the glory you gave me. For you loved me before the world was made. Righteous Father, the world does not know you, but I know you, and these know that you sent me. I made you known to them, and I will continue to do so, in order that the love you have for me may be in them, and so that I also may be in them. The Gospel of the Lord. Welcome back. Our Gospel invites us to understand the perfect union, perfect oneness. When two people are in love, there is tremendous happiness shared among them. When two people are in love, they automatically share this happiness. Happiness, as we all know, is an inside job. It is a byproduct of our being kind, our being self-giving, our being forgiving, and our being thanksgiving. John Lennon is a legendary singer. When he was growing up, his mom used to say, "John, the most important thing in life is to be happy." So as John went to school, one day his school teacher asked the students, "What would you like to become as you grow old? What would be your ambition?" So one of the students got up and said, "Teacher, I would like to be a doctor." Another said, "I like to be a lawyer." Yet another said, "I would like to be an architect." So when the turn came for John Lennon, without hesitation he got up, raised his hand and said, "My dear teacher, I would like to be happy." Everybody laughed at him. It was something funny. Then teacher quietly came to him and said, "John, you did not understand my question." John, with respect, said, "Sir, my dear teacher, you haven't understood life." My dear brothers and sisters, the most important thing in our life is to be happy, is to be loving, is to be lovable persons. Once a sculptor was asked by a passerby how he could do such fascinating statues from these unshaped, ugly, crooked stones. So the sculptor said, "Well, these stones are ugly, crooked, unshaped," which is true. "But what I do, my job is to chisel the unwanted part, trash out the ugly elements. The happiness, the beauty is embedded, it is in there. So when I chisel off, when I take away the ugliness, beauty emerges, happiness emerges from within." My dear brothers and sisters, it is our invitation today to discover that treasure already implanted, already embedded within us, in us. So, may the good Lord be with us in our endeavors of finding that inner happiness, discovering the true happiness which is inside, so that when we discover, we can make this world a better place. We can make our lives something beautiful, something meaningful to us as well as to the others. Thanks for joining with us. Let's make a beautiful day discovering the inside job, that is happiness. May the good Lord bless us all.
Sri Vachanaya